study about a new chapter called drainage. Drainage means river system. So small streams which are flowing from different directions, they come together to form a main river. And this main river ultimately drains into a large water body such as a lake, a sea or an ocean. So area drained by a single river system, it is known as drainage basin, and any elevated area such as mountain or upland which separates two drainage basins. This upland is known as water divide. Drainage systems in India, they are mainly controlled by the broad relief features of the subcontinent. Indian rivers are divided into two major groups. They are known as Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. Himalayan and peninsular rivers, they are different from each other in many ways. Himalayan rivers are perennial. They have water all through the year. These rivers receive the water from the rainfall as well as melted snow from the mountains. Two major Himalayan rivers known as Indus and Brahmaputra, they originate from the north of the mountain ranges. Himalayan rivers also have long courses from their source up to the sea. Drainage patterns. Streams within a drainage basin, they form certain pattern depending on slopes of the land, underlying rock structure as well as climatic conditions of the area. So they are known as dendritic, trellis, rectangular and radial patterns. Dendritic pattern develops when the river channel follows the slope of the terrain. The stream along with its tributaries, it resembles the branch of the tree. That's why the name is given dendritic. So you know brain cells, right? Neurons. So they have dendrites. So that is why they look like branches of a tree. So here also same way dendritic. A river joined by its tributaries at approximately right angles, it develops a trellis pattern, and a trellis drainage pattern develops where hard and soft rocks exist parallel to each other. Rectangular drainage pattern, it develops on a strongly jointed rocky terrain. Radial pattern develops when streams flow in different directions from a central peak or dome-like structure. So in this image we see the different drainage patterns: dendritic, rectangular, radial and trellis. Himalayan rivers. Main Himalayan rivers are Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. They are very long and joined by large tributaries. A river along with its tributaries together is called as river system. First, let's know about Indus river system. This river rises in Tibet near the lake Manas Sarovar, then flowing towards the west direction. It enters India in the Ladakh district of Jammu and Kashmir. Indus flows through Baltistan and Gilgit and emerges from the mountains at Attock. Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum. These join together to enter the Indus River near the Mithankot in Pakistan. Indus flows southwards, eventually reaching the Arabian Sea towards the east of Karachi. Indus is one of the longest river of the world. A little over the third of the Indus basin, it is located in India in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Next is Ganga river system. Headwaters of the Ganga, known as Bhagirathi, this is fed by the Gangotri glacier, which is joined by the Alkananda at Devaprayag in Uttarakhand, and at Haridwar, Ganga emerges from the mountains onto the plains. Ganga is joined by many tributaries from the Himalayas. Major tributaries are rivers such as Yamuna, Ghagara, Gandak and Kosi. So Yamuna river rises from the Yamunotri glacier in Himalayas. Ghagra, Gandak and Koshi. They rise from the Nepal Himalayas. So these rivers flood parts of the northern plain here. Main tributaries come from the peninsular uplands and they are Chambal, Betwa and Son, and then enlarge with the waters from the right and left bank tributaries. Ganga flows eastwards till Farakka in West Bengal, and this is the northernmost point of the Ganga delta. Ambala is located on the water divide between the Indus and the Ganga river system. Plains from the Ambala to the Sundarbans, they stretch over nearly 1800 kilometers. Next is Brahmaputra river system. This Brahmaputra river rises in the Tibet east of the Manas Sarovar lake, which is very close to the sources of Indus and Satluj. It is longer than the Indus rivers. It flows eastward parallel to the Himalayas. On reaching the Namcha Barwa, it takes a U-turn and enters India in Arunachal Pradesh through a gorge. It is known as Dihang and it is joined by the Dibang, the Lohit and many other tributaries to form the Brahmaputra in Assam. Every year during the rainy season, this river overflows its bank and causes widespread devastation due to the floods in states such as Assam and Bangladesh. Brahmaputra is marked by huge deposits of silt causing the riverbed to rise. River also shifts its channels very frequently. Next is Peninsular River. This main water divide in peninsular India, it is formed by Western Ghats, which runs from the north to the south, close to the western coast. Main rivers of the peninsula are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. They flow eastwards and drain into the Bay of Bengal, and these rivers make their deltas at the mouth. Narmada and Tapi rivers are the only long rivers which flow westwards and make estuaries.